Welcome to Shorts Beyond Measure, where fashion, interiors, and psychology get the stylish, savvy, and slightly therapeutic touch.
We're Tara West, Caroline Baltz, and Allison Goldberg, a fashion stylist and two interior designers who are also trained as psychotherapists.
So let's get into what's trending, what's tired, and what's actually worth your time. Because good style and good decisions should never be short-lived.
Welcome to Shorts. This is Tara. All right, ladies, Allison and Caroline. We all have that problem with socks. Not only do we lose socks, but Caroline's having a particular problem today with holes in her socks. And Allison says this is an ongoing situation.
Yes, this is not isolated to today. We have gone to so many clients' houses and we always are respectful and take our shoes off. And the amount of times I have looked down at Caroline's socks and seen a toe poking out, I mean, I'm actually embarrassed for you, Caroline.
My son's college essay is called Life is Too Short to Wear Socks with Holes in Them.
But you know what surprises me the most about that? Caroline is the most put together person from head to toe. The fact that she has a hole in her sock makes me happy. Like, I don't know why that makes me happy. Is that weird?
No, I mean, she's put together until she takes her shoes off.
Caroline, I don't know where to get socks. Should I pick you up some?
Yes, I think I'm in need of a sock intervention.
Well, today we're going to talk about balance. And Caroline, why don't you kick us off with some of your thoughts?
I mean, balance it's such a general topic, so it's so easy to kind of geek out to. But if you wanted to ground it in a psychological theory, the systems theory, where the parts of a sum don't make up the parts of a whole. So it happens in family systems for what we would do in psychotherapy. It happens in people's homes. It happens in people's closets or their wardrobes. And it's this idea that you want to go back to homeostasis, but if something's off, then you feel off. And it's getting back to that homeostasis that takes some time. And sometimes it takes a professional to help.
Can you give us an example in your work, what that looks like?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the client yesterday?
Yeah. We just went to a new client's house yesterday, and basically she has two young boys and their toys are just everywhere. And the rooms are not specifically designated for anything. So her dining room has toys and there was a shelf of cookbooks in the dining room and everything kind of was placed out everywhere. So she felt like she couldn't be held in the room. She had no balance. She didn't know what each space was supposed to be used for. And her whole life just felt chaotic. So when she's moving into her new home now, we're going to really help her make more defined spaces and just help her find that balance and that calmness, because nobody wants to walk home and feel like they're in the middle of a storm.
When the dumbbells are in the guest bedroom, that's a problem.
Yeah. And I experience that when I go to people's closets. I mean, you can only imagine what I've seen in closets. I've seen chaos. And I think when you're getting ready for the day, get dressed, you don't want to feel that way. Psychologically, you're a mess because your clothes are a mess. Your closet's a mess. And that's kind of what you guys are saying about the space.
Wait, I want to go back into what you're seeing in people's closets.
Tell me
Anything
more.
Yeah, anything you shouldn't be talking
Well,
about.
no, there's only so much I can divulge, but I have been in closets where literally the shirts are crumbled in a ball. And I'm talking nice clothing, which breaks my heart as well. But crumpled in ball, packed, stocked on top of each other. There's no rhyme or reason. Things are just thrown. And sometimes this happens in our life. Sometimes we get overwhelmed. We're getting ready. It gets chaotic. But this is how they live. And I'm like, this just cannot be like this.
Yeah, that wasn't really my question. But also, don't ball your shirts up and put them in your closet.
It's heartbreaking to see the way people treat clothes. I have an emotional attachment to that. I have a reaction. So when you work with people in their homes, do they usually come to you for this problem of balance? Or do you create that for them because you see that it's a need?
I would say when we're working with clients, we get to know them really well. We ask them a ton of questions, just like we would as a psychotherapist. Not exactly that depth of question, but what are your favorite memories of being in your childhood home? We try to invoke a lot of information to create their space the way they want to. And I think we're looking at it from the lens of how do we help them achieve more balance?
Amazing. I think it's similar to what I do. Now, there's also this sense of balance in the way that you wear your clothes. You understand, like, what I mean?
Yeah. No, you
So,
have to balance the tops and the bottoms. You don't want like to feel too oversized, all of that.
yeah, proportions are a big deal. So, is proportions a big deal in design as well?
Absolutely.
Must be.
Yes, 100%. Because one off proportion can totally throw off the entire design. Like, you don't want to do this beautiful dining room with this grand table that seats 12 people and a dinky little chandelier over it.
Right. And so, have there been moments where you walk in and you've created something and think, "Oh, this did not work?"
No.
I
I
love
know.
that.
I'm trying to think. Actually, I'm going to say maybe in my own house where I take a little bit more risk, but also it's so hard to decide for myself. Do you feel that way too?
Yes, I understand. Sometimes it's hard to decide for yourself. It's much easier to do it for somebody else than to do it for yourself.
Yes.
You get more objectivity, right? Like in my house, I felt like I was in molasses trying to make these decisions because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to live with it for the rest of my life in this home. Or it's kind of like when I have to put an outfit on and be in front of you. I'm like, oh no, I'm in front of Tara West. Like,
Because I judge everybody. No, so
Luckily, I don't care.
you guys always look good. When I work with clients, a lot of times they think that they know proportion or they want to. I get this a lot. I wonder if you guys get this a lot. Because we're very visual people. They always bring me somebody on social media that they want to emulate, which I appreciate because I'm a visual person. But sometimes that person on social media is 5'10" and 102 pounds. And my client is 5'1" and not 102 pounds. So the look's gonna be very different.
We actually were talking about this that we want you to dress Caroline, who's 5'1",
one.
and me, Allison, who's 5'8.5". We want you to put us in the same outfit and show your viewers how
The
to wear
different
it
Yeah.
or what works and what wouldn't work.
I love that because that's exactly what I'm saying is sometimes things work because Allison's taller. And, I'm on the petite side too. So sometimes you can't wear what tall people wear, especially if I need to get all my pants hemmed and the bottom of the pant is no longer what it was when you bought it in the store because we took so much off.
Right. Oh yeah. It's not wide leg anymore. It's
Right.
just tapered.
It's just tapered. And so, these are things that I think when you work with clients, and I'm wondering if you guys have this experience too, is you kind of have to, gently kind of maneuver around and teach them a little bit about maybe that's not the right thing.
Definitely. And what I think one of our challenging type of scenarios is when the client kind of thinks they have really good interior design taste. And then they're off buying curtains and like, can you work around these curtains for the living room? And we're like, oh God, like how do we kind of get back? And we say, take back our paintbrush.
Yeah, we love the clients that just outright say, "Oh, we have no idea what we're doing and we trust you." And that's also when we get the best result.
Yeah. Well, it must be really hard to come in and kind of like work around something that's already there, but you probably have to do that at times.
Yeah, I mean, we do that all the time. We actually just went through a client's house and we're like, okay, what are you taking to the new house and what are you getting rid of? And she's taking a lot, but we're gonna make it work. We'll just have to make sure all the proportions are correct, the
Mhm.
balance is correct in the room. Um, it's actually a really big trend right now to bring in older, more antique pieces into your more modern living rooms.
And
I was thinking about one of our clients, how she had a couple of heirlooms, but she let us kind of elevate them. So we lacquered her coffee table. We added wallpaper to her secretary in the inside shelves. Like it just kind of made it more current and it was really fun.
I love, Allison, going back to you brought up trends. And that's another thing that I deal a lot with clients, as I'm sure you do, is not every trend is right for you. And I think that sometimes we can get really caught up in trends. And I always say, don't spend a lot of money. Go try that trends like at, Zara or H&M, because that's a really affordable price point. And if it looks good and you like the way it looks on you and it fits, then you should spend more money. But do you think that people get caught up in trends in your business?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the right way to use a trend. Um, but people need to relax a little bit. Like, you don't want your whole living room to be trendy. You don't want your whole dining room to be super trendy. You have to really pick and choose where you use those pieces. And think about like doing a trendy throw pillow on your sofa so that when it's not in trend anymore, that's easy to switch out. But
Right.
if
Not
you-
your entire living room.
Exactly.
I know. I feel the same way. And also, I'm very mindful of how much people spend on things because, I also don't want people to have buyer's remorse. That's the word. We've all felt that. And so it's really important that I, kind of guide people to where they should put their money and where they should spend a lot. Do you find that as well?
Totally. And to bring it back to balance, like it's this idea of your balanced budget, like you got to splurge on this. And then there's ways that we can make it more cost effective in other ways. Like we're not afraid to go to the big box store and find some sort of cut, I don't know, velvet pillow or something that approximates the real trendy stuff or something that's in vogue, but like making it a more approachable price point.
Yeah. I mean, we even go to Home Goods for accessories sometimes, and they look the exact same as, Four Hands or Restoration Hardware, and they're $20.
That brings us right back to balance, ladies, because it's a balance, high, low. It doesn't all have to be high, right? Because nobody will know. And when my clients travel, I always tell them to buy jewelry that's not real because nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to stop Caroline at the beach and be like, that is not a real diamond bracelet. But
I would totally stop her and say that in front of a crowd of people just to watch her squirm.
And then if she loses it, she's going to feel really bad. So that's kind of how I push people in that direction because I think of the worst case scenario. Nice, right? Good
Do you
friends.
do you own a lot of fake jewelry?
I don't own any fake jewelry.
Oh, okay. So
I don't practice what I preach. No, I do.
apparently.
No, I do. I mean, when I travel, I don't, it depends on where we're going, but a lot of times I don't wear much jewelry purposely.
I actually have an heirloom engagement ring that was Bill's mother's, and she has a real one and then a replica of it that's fake from when she traveled.
It's amazing. So smart. She's
How
so
do you
smart.
know Billy didn't give you a fake one? Have we had it appraised?
We need to do that.
Billy would never.
Maybe. He better not have.
No.
No, definitely not.
Well, ladies, we talked about balance. Is there anything else that you want to bring into this lovely conversation?
I feel really balanced right now
Because you didn't eat breakfast.
because I didn't eat breakfast. No, I feel like the conversation's flowing really well. This is our second episode together. It's a little nerve-wracking to get on here and not really know what you're doing, but I feel like we're finding some synergy and balance between the three of us.
Yeah, crushing it. And this will continue. So if you guys have any questions or want to write in or have us talk about a certain topic, let us know.
Something more fun than balance, please.
How do they find us?
They find us on Instagram and
DM you?
DM me. Oh, yeah, we have an Instagram, Shorts the Podcast.
Perfect.
Yeah. Have you seen it? You should visit it.
I saw it. It needs some work, Tara.
All right. You're
Oh,
on.
wait.
You're hired, Allison.
No, producer Dave could do that.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to introduce producer Dave, and I've wanted to for all the episodes. And now that
Yes,
we're at
ladies.
number 2.
At your service.
So, producer Dave,
Yeah.
how are we doing?
Oh, no.
It was a compelling case to begin, but then you lost me at fake Julie, and because of that, I'm out. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I think you guys are totally rocking it. I do want to hear more about mysterious things in the back of closets.
Oh my God, we are kindred spirits.
Yes, I want to hear about that. I want to hear horrible client stories. And I want you all to buy me some fake jewelry because Lord knows I could use it.
You got it, Dave.
Okay.
We're on it.
All right.
Thanks.
That's it for this week's Shortlist. Thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, share it, leave a review, or let us know what's on your short list.
Shorts beyond measure, because the most important things in life can't be quantified.